So let's just start out by saying that I usually avoid the Nintendo Directs because I find them annoying. Um, it's a lot of I do this for all the PlayStation and the Xbox and all that too. I'll either watch somebody react to it or I'll just look and find where the information is here or there. But I had some time and figured why not? Let's blow an hour and figure out what is going on with the Switch 2. This is when you're gonna want to pay attention to, right? And it's just first off, as soon as I pull it up, my buddy hits me up. It's like Mario Kart World is $80. Like, there's no way Mario Kart is going to be $80. It's ridiculous. It's Mario Kart. You could add in only so much to increase the price by $30, right? And so then I'm like looking, and it appears that is the case. It's going to be $80. Now that's significant because let's get into the console. The console is just and I get it, you can play it handheld. And so it is a little bit more than the Switch, the PlayStation 5, the Xbox, because you can play it, and if you want to play it, the PlayStation, you have to buy a whole other thing, $250 to be able to play your games mobile, right?
And I'll be one of your guides for today's Nintendo
Um,
Direct.
If you charged a bit
producer
more
for Nintendo
for
Switch
the
2.
console.
I'm Takuhiro
But
Dota,
other
the
than
director
its
for Nintendo
mobile
Switch 2.
functionality, I don't give up.
And
I
I'm
don't
Tetsuya
care
Sasaki,
about
the
the
hardware
mouse
design
pad
lead for
stuff.
Nintendo
They always
Switch
do all
2.
these gimmicks, right? And I don't know who
What
these
you
gimmicks
just saw
are
was
for because
Mario
they don't
Kart
get
World,
used all that
launching
often.
exclusively on Nintendo Switch 2.
I was a fan of
Now, what
the
do you think
Wii.
this brand
I
new
was a
Mario
fan of
Kart
the
game
Wii. I
will
was
be
a
like?
fan of the Wiimote. It got me into a lot new things I hadn't been into before. Like I bought a Madden game just to play it on the Wii, so I could use motion controls. I played Need for Speed Carbon on the Wii.
Kart races are held
Loved
throughout various regions that
it.
span the globe.
I loved playing Brawl,
Depending on the time of day and
I loved
weather
all the Wii
conditions,
sports.
the atmosphere will change.
but it feels like everything they've done since that just is worse versions of that. Like the Joy-Con
And in this
is a
Mario Kart
Wiimote.
game,
It's a Wiimote that is smaller
you
and
can
less
go
good.
off the
Now,
racetrack and drive virtually
they
everywhere
recognize
in
the
this
pain
world.
points of the Wiimote, right?
In the
And
classic Grand Prix,
they've
race
made
through 4 courses in a bid for
adjustments
first
to it
place.
so that it's going to snap on
But don't sleep at the
magnetically.
wheel.
It's
You'll
got
also drive to the next
bigger
course as part of
buttons
the
and
competition.
stuff, better rumble
With
feature,
24 drivers
and the
in
mouse
each race,
for
the most in series history,
any developers
the
that want
competition
to
is
mess with
gearing
that.
up.
So that's whatever. Fine.
Introducing
It's still no
Knockout Tour.
Wiimote.
Race
The Wiimote,
non-stop from
yeah,
one
I
corner
don't
of the
know.
world
Yes,
to
it
another.
was big, but I don't feel like the Joy-Con is it. I just don't.
There are multiple checkpoints along
I
the
get
way.
it because you want it to be
If you're below the
attachable
placement
to
shown when
the
you hit a
sides of your
checkpoint, you'll be
system and whatever.
eliminated.
And obviously, it's a well-designed
Can
machine
you make it all the way
because,
to the finish line?
you got the Steam Deck that basically ripped off the design, right? But other than that, they've got, now you
can
can
also
charge
freely
on the
drive
top
around
and
this
the
vast
bottom.
world in free
You're
roam.
going to be able to do 4K. Literally don't care. Sure.
By going
But
off-road, you can
we're
explore
looking
new
at
areas
what your
and
4K is
routes.
getting you right now.
So drive wherever your heart takes you.
You're still using the same art style, right? So,
You can
sure,
also go
now
for
we're going to be
scenic
able to
drives
play
with
Elden
friends.
Ring in its greatest
And
glory
even take
because that's
photos
what they
together
showed
at
off
different
for,
locations.
From Software's new game, which I'll be honest, people were like, oh, it's Bloodborne 2. Calm down. The thing looked like Bloodborne 1.5. or watered down
A brand new race
Let's
across the
not
entire
get
world
too
starts
happy
here.
and too crazy. Like,
Mario Kart World. The game launches on the same day as
But
Nintendo Switch 2.
then let's talk about, okay, so
More details
the
about this
system is
title
going to be
will be
priced
shared in
at
an upcoming
$450,
Mario Kart
and they're talking
World
about
Direct.
there's going to be a Mario
So be
Kart
on the
World
lookout for
Direct.
more information
So I
in the
won't
future.
try and harp on the game too much, but this is the big game. There's two big
Mario
games.
Kart
Well,
World
no,
launches on the same
no,
day as Nintendo
no.
Switch 2.
There's one game
We'll share more
that is
details in the
launching,
future, so we hope
that
you're
is
looking
a
forward to it.
first-person title that is launching with the system. And I
Next,
don't
we'd
understand
like to
this.
introduce
I
some
don't
of the new
understand
features
how
of
you
Nintendo
launch a
Switch
system.
2.
Sony did it, Xbox.
These are
I
the
don't
Joy-Con
understand
2
how you
controllers
launch it
for
with
Switch 2.
your biggest oh, you just play what
And
you
on the right
have,
Joy-Con 2,
and then you can upgrade a few things
added
with like
a
better
new
graphics.
C-button.
I just for like the
Let's take a look at some new
PlayStation.
experiences
It's like
it
I just
offers.
bought the PS4 Pro. That upgraded the graphics. I don't need to play the same game with upgraded graphics a third time. Like, I get it. People have bought Skyrim 10, 15, 20 times. I don't need that. The average person doesn't need that.
I'm still ahead of all of you guys.
I don't understand. So we haven't gotten. Oh, we did because we get the OLED model of the Switch. So you already had a Switch Pro.
Wait, no.
Now they're like, well, you can get, and it's not free. You have to buy the upgrade pack. Now, here's a big gripe I have. Is everything you have to buy. So one of the features of the Joy-Con is going to be, here it is. They're talking about it now. So
With this
chat
feature,
button.
you'll be able to communicate with
You've
friends
seen
and
it on
family while playing the
PlayStation and
game.
Xbox already. It's a dedicated button where you can go in and you can screen share or you can
While using the game chat feature,
do your chat,
voice is recognized by a
which
microphone
means you
built
can
into
turn
the
on
system.
party mode,
But you're still behind
and
me, right?
you can invite people
Alright,
to
let's keep
party
going.
with
Okay.
you,
It can pick up
and
your
you can all be
speaking voice
playing
clearly,
separate
even
games,
from
and
a
you can have your own
distance.
little
Jump on here.
screen.
Alright,
You
let's
can
keep
either
going.
share your screen
Let's
or
make
just
a
your
left
audio,
right here.
right?
Let's make a-
When it's noisy around
And if you
you,
share your screen, then
voice
everybody
will
can see
still
your
come
screen
through
and
clearly,
pop up, and then
letting
you
you
can
chat
either make
with
that
ease.
bigger or smaller, or, you know, what have you.
It does look
That's all cool,
And
but you are
can
going to
use
be
this feature in
required
handheld mode
to
too,
have
letting
a
you easily chat
Nintendo
with friends and family.
online membership
If you
in
open
order
the
to do
chat
it.
menu
So
and
if you're
turn on
playing,
game screen
your
sharing,
fourth friend in your friend group is like, I just play.
you can
know,
also
I
share
just
your game screen.
play
Did you see someone just like go on top of that dinosaur?
Really? They can do that?
Room
do it?
Factory
You
or
guys just
something.
did it.
Or I just play.
Oh shoot!
Why am I drawing a blank? I just play a little Tamagotchi or something. Tamagotchi. I don't use the online stuff. They're gonna be required to either buy that
You can
online
chat
just
your
to
heart's
talk to the
content,
friends
even
or
while
be
playing
excluded.
different games.
Yeah, I know that one. It's so
And
hard, right?
this goes
So-
into everything
I'm like in the sky
of
right
the
here.
Nintendo Switch 2,
I'm falling. Okay,
where
we
they
got it.
just
We're safe.
put
Kirby,
pricing
look, you're
on
a star.
everything. You
That's
have
so
increased the
cute.
price
So
of
cute.
the games.
You can adjust
And they're
the
like,
size of
oh,
your
you
game
got
screen.
more memory now, 256. Yeah,
Guys,
yeah, 32 is
lost, like,
fucking
where'd you
abysmal. Oh, the fact that the Switch released
Or
with so
expand
little
another
memory,
friend's game
and
screen.
if it hadn't been shown up, and look at this, this is screen sharing, and it looks choppy
It's
as
just like the
hell.
wall. Like
It just looks choppy.
This is where I
It doesn't
have
even
a
look good.
little wall ride.
It doesn't
So
even look good.
everyone can
It's
watch
like you can
them
help
play.
your friend.
I think I know where you
Cool.
are. I think I know where you are. Wait,
But
wait,
I don't.
wait.
If that's all I'm paying money for, I'll opt out.
Ooh,
Sorry,
okay.
Oh, nice.
I'll opt out.
Let's take a picture.
Now,
Okay, are you ready?
Mario Kart World for $80.
Oh, yo, that's
You're gonna have what I'm
On the
gonna
right
call
Joy-Con
a
2
story mode
controller,
without a
there's
story
an
mode.
additional button.
You're gonna have Grand
With
Prix,
the seat button,
which is
you
go
can
through
pull up a
4
chat menu.
races and be done.
Oh, dang.
Okay.
Wait, actually,
Cool.
guys, I got a call coming right now,
guess.
so I'll be right back.
And it's
yeah?
got different cups. But their big
Here,
selling
you
point
can
is
quickly and
you're
easily
not
mute
you're not
yourself
gonna go
and
into like a
more.
loading screen.
And there's this.
You're gonna drive then from the end of
By
that
connecting
race
this
to
camera
the
to
start
the
of the next
system.
race. And it's like,
Hey!
what happens
Hey,
if I
what's
don't
up?
get there? Do I have a certain amount of time that I have to get there? This is amazing
How's
race
everyone
almost.
doing? Good.
You
You
know,
can appear on
the
screen
game show.
and video chat while playing
But
a
it's
game.
like,
on here.
Okay, so now I have to get to the next stop, and then
Here's how
the
it
race
works.
starts.
Adjust the
But
camera.
how long does everybody have to get there? And then it's like you can go off
Please look
road.
forward to games which use your camera
Yes.
feed like this.
So are we gonna have off-road vehicles? And then it's you can just free roam. And they said there's gonna be like a long form, not
Using
the
Game Chat.
traditional just format,
Even
four
when
races
you're
or whatever. And
apart,
then
you can play
Cup,
games and
but,
hang
like,
out
longer,
as if you were together
and
in the same room.
I don't know. I'm gonna
Play
equate it to
together
a story mode or a
compete in
campaign of
online
some sort,
multiplayer games.
without a story, right?
Chat while playing your personal favorites.
Yeah. See, here they're showing off you
Decide
can
your
chat
own rules for
while
a
playing
retro
different
game
games.
competition.
Or they're like, you can
Or
do
hold a sports
competitions and
competition
stuff.
between
Yeah, I
families.
guess. Sure. Somebody's gonna come
All
up with
together,
cool
anytime,
stuff. But
anywhere. Game Chat.
then they're like, you can share games, but you have to be in
What did
close
you think?
proximity, and then you can
In
transfer a
developing
game
Game
to
Chat,
another
our
system.
goal was
But
for
then you
you
have
to
to
enjoy
be
playing
in close
online with
proximity to
others more
transfer it
closely,
back. So like, if
including
you have a
family
buddy
and friends.
that lives across,
Almost as if you're all playing
your
together
long
in the
distance
same
friend,
place.
and you can't just share a game with them. No.
The camera you saw in the
Right,
trailer is the
okay.
Nintendo Switch 2 camera,
카메라 더 있대.
which will be available on the same day as
But-
Switch 2.
No, then they were like, you can open world
A
free
Nintendo Switch
roam
Online
in
membership
Mario
will be
Kart
required
World.
to use Game Chat.
I don't. Okay.
However,
Cool.
since
I
we'd like
mean,
as many
is there going to
people as
be
possible
like
to
gameplay
experience Game
attached to that?
Chat,
They're like,
it will
and
be
then you can
available without
have your friends,
membership for
and
a
you can
limited
drive,
time.
and you can
We
take
hope you'll try
pictures
it out.
together.
손 밑에 그다사이.
Additionally,
Alright.
Game Chat supports
This
the
is the
Nintendo
game.
Switch parental
This
controls
is the
app,
game that's
and
launching
different
with the
settings
system.
can be adjusted.
Yeah, there's
For
going to be
example,
some
whether parental
third-party
permission
titles.
is always required
I don't know
when a
when
child
Elden
wants to
Ring is
use Game
coming,
Chat to play
or
with their
things like
friends.
that. But Elden Ring's been out.
We'd like to introduce
we're
another new
actually
experience
moving
you
on
can
to
share
the
with family and friends.
Quote unquote half sequel, the
On Nintendo
spin-off
Switch,
game.
even if you just have one game, you can pass a Joy-Con controller to a friend and play together. But
It's
on
just
Nintendo
it's
Switch
frustrating
2, you can play
because
together locally
there's
on multiple
nothing in this
systems
direct
using
that
just
is
one
like,
game with
yeah,
Game
here it
Share.
is with the game share.
As shown here, even games.
The
Alright.
screen supports
So
up
here
to
they're talking about
120
there's 120 frames per second
allowing for smoother
and
gameplay
stuff,
and
but-
supported titles.
And they're like, oh, you can have more. I've never been one to care about graphics. Yeah, that's nice
The
and
LCD
it's cool,
screen is
and
more
it will
vivid
really
and
open up
supports
what
HDR,
can be done.
providing
like
more
here, you can
contrast
see
between
that's,
light
that's
and dark
way better.
areas of the images.
Right. But at the same time, you've got one
The all-new
launch title,
Joy-Con
and it's
2
Mario
controllers
Kart.
connect
Everything
magnetically.
else is like, oh,
Strong
there's some
magnets keep the
titles that
controllers
would
firmly
be
attached
supported
to the
from
system. Detach a controller
Switch
easily
1 to Switch
by
2. If
pressing the release
not,
button
then you
on the
gotta
back.
get the upgraded version of it. And it's like, okay, well, obviously we know
The
Nintendo,
SL
so
and SR
they're
buttons
talking
are
about the
bigger,
different buttons,
greater
or the
comfort
bigger
and
buttons.
control when playing with
Cool,
the Joy-Con
like
2
bigger
held
buttons,
horizontally.
bigger joystick. Yeah, that's all great because, you know,
The left and right sticks are now larger.
but Mario Kart. Not everybody wants to play Mario Kart.
Each Joy-Con
Then
2
they showed off
controller can
Donkey
be
Kong, and
used
it's like,
as a
yeah,
mouse
and that's
to
not
play
gonna be a
with
launch title.
compatible
It's gonna be the
games.
month after.
Both
Just
the left
why?
and right Joy-Con 2
Why?
support mouse controllers.
Delay the Switch.
By adjusting the
You
audio
don't even
balance
have to
between the ranges,
put more
sounds
pressure
from
on
the
the
built-in
desk, just
speakers are
delay the
clearer
Switch.
and more natural
Delay.
in handheld and tabletop
Why doesn't it have to come out in
modes.
June? Tell your investors we're waiting on a good
It
game.
has a built-in microphone.
Donkey
so
Kong's
you can
gonna
voice
be
chat
in,
with friends
which-
anytime via Game Chat.
The Donkey Kong
It
game
also
looks
uses
okay.
noise-canceling technology to filter sounds,
It's
so your
it's
voice
a
will
gimmick
come through
with,
clearly.
you're gonna be like a miner or something, drilling
Even if you don't have a
in
surround
the ground
sound
and
system,
whatnot.
games can be enjoyed
I don't
with
know. I
more
was skeptical of the
immersive,
gimmicks of Mario
three-dimensional sound, as if
Mario
it were coming
Sun's,
from all around you.
Mario Galaxy, and that one was okay. So it'll probably be an alright game. I don't see Donkey Kong being bad. Here they're talking about
Place your Nintendo Switch
you can
2
have
however
surround
you like,
sound
on
without
a
surround
large,
sound.
sturdy
So
stand.
yeah, cool, I
You
guess.
can move
But
it
the
freely,
microphone
like
is
this.
actually here. You can see it at the top of the
In
system.
addition
It's
to the
not even
USB-C
in the
port found on
Joy-Con.
the bottom of
So
the
now
system,
you've
there's
got
one
to
on
shout
top
across
as well.
the room. There it is.
It's handy for connecting
You
a
gotta shout across the
USB-C
room.
camera
And they're like, there's noise canceling. Yeah,
or
okay.
charging in tabletop
Thanks.
mode.
Okay,
All right,
everyone,
here we
join
go.
me inside the game.
So we're back to the
There are a lot of question mark icons
money
here.
gouging.
Let's examine
the,
them. This sign reads,
so
"Where
along
are the
with
magnets?"
you have to pay to talk to your friends.
The Joy-Con
they
2
have this
controllers
coming out,
attached
and
to
they're
the
like,
system
it's
with magnets.
what do they call it? A
And those
Switch
magnets
tour
are inside the
or
system.
something like that, or Switch 2 or Switch 2 tour.
The SL and SR buttons
And
on the
it's
Joy-Con.
Game,
combining the
you know,
mouse
you see
controls
it
and gyroscopes,
on
things like this are possible.
PlayStation had one that came
There are
with
secrets
it
to discover,
on the system,
even as you're playing
right?
mini
That
games
showed
and tech
off
demos.
the cool
Some
stuff
of the secrets
with the
range from the
controller and
unique
whatnot,
features
their
of the
haptic
system
feedback and all that.
to tiny details you might not notice until they're pointed out.
They ended up spinning
There are
off that
plenty.
character because people loved it so much into a game. That's cool.
Nintendo Switch 2
Right.
Welcome Tour will
The
launch as a
Nintendo
paid
Switch 2
digital
Welcome
game
Tour.
on the
Here
same
it is,
day.
right here. Paid digital only game. You have to buy this. So if you want to learn all the cool features, you have to pay for this shit-ass game. This shit-ass demo. I don't care if it's $4.99. I don't care if it's $1. Why is Nintendo so money hungry? Everything. Money, money, money. You have to pay for every little thing you can. There's not even, like, if you wanted to get the PS5 version of some games, you could just free upgrade. Free upgrade. Here,
Additionally,
micro SD
to transfer
Express
data from
cards.
Switch to
Yeah,
Switch 2,
fine.
you can
It's
log
about
into
time
your
everything
Nintendo
moves to that
account
anyways.
to use
It's like
the system
Type-C.
transfer.
So then they start showing
First
off
up is
the
Mario Party mode.
upgraded stuff, and it's like,
With a single camera,
yeah.
up
So
to
there'll
4
be a
players
camera
can join the
feature,
festivities.
and there'll be
You'll be able to
upgraded
see each other's
upgraded
faces
graphics,
as
and
you play,
there'll be
so you can experience all the reactions
mouse.
and emotions in real time. Or
I don't
4
care.
friends can
I don't
take the
care.
party
I don't care.
online.
Put something substantial on your system.
App on smart
And
devices.
here was something.
It's
So
a
they start
game-specific
showing off the
service
enhanced
that's
version of the
exclusive to
Breath
the
of the
Switch 2
Wild
editions of these titles.
and Tears of the Kingdom.
For example,
and it literally
it can
gives you
help guide you to
GPS in
various
there
locations,
to just
like
find
shrines
stuff.
and Koroks you haven't
Like,
found yet.
Guidance activating.
all right. Like,
Proceed
you
north.
may as well just play the game for me at that point. Sure, I guess that's helpful for somebody, but it's already on the internet. If
Or
if you needed
can
to find
share your
something, there's
creations using QR
a
codes and send
website
them
that
to
already
another
has it.
player to create
And then they're
in
like,
their
you could share QR codes that someone can scan the QR code and get the thing in there. Yeah, no, man.
We hope these features will
It's
make
just,
your adventures
can I just
even
send
more
it
enjoyable.
through the system? I don't hate it. It's needless, pointless,
In Kirby and the Forgotten Land,
overcomplicated
you'll be able
ways
to
of
enjoy
doing
an
stuff.
additional story
And
exclusive to
mixed
the
with
Nintendo Switch 2
pricing
edition, along
way
with
too high.
improved
Pricing
graphics
on
and frame
everything
rates.
that doesn't need to be priced. So when they were showing off a few days ago, they showed off Metroid Prime 4, which teased at the launch of Switch. Before, when it was getting ready to launch, they teased Metroid, and then now they're saying it's finally coming with the Switch 2. And then it looked like ass, the Switch 1 version, when they were showing it off on the other Direct. It looked, I wish I had a side-by-side comparison. Here, it looks great, actually. But this is the Switch 2 at 120 frames per second with its 4K and all that, HDR and all that. So, you know, it's looks all right.
Choose from these two modes,
Here,
both of
it
which
looks
support
fine.
HDR,
But I
based
swear
on
the
your
Switch 1
preference and
version
playstyle.
on the last Direct looked
Plus,
like ass. Now,
Pokemon Legends Z,
Pokemon,
which is scheduled to
they're
launch
also talking
later
about
this
an,
year, will not only receive
Switch
a
2
Nintendo
version
Switch
with
version,
enhanced
but a
graphics.
Nintendo Switch
Yeah,
2 edition as
okay,
well.
I guess.
By taking advantage of the
Sure,
power of
but
Switch
can't I
2,
just play this
you can
on
enjoy
the
your
Switch 2
adventure in
probably?
Lumio City with enhanced
This will probably be
resolution
one that they're
and
like,
frame rates.
whatever. But if I have it, I can pay extra and get the
The
enhanced
Nintendo
version.
Switch 2 edition games you just saw will be available as both.
Now, I want to point this out because no slight against anybody with a disability. But this game looks like I don't want to be doing that. I do not want to be doing that. There's no slight against disability people. I think, you know, have your game. Looks like a fine game. It looks like, what is that? The one with the cars, whatever. But just the use of the Joy-Cons as mice just does not look fun. It doesn't. Let's see. Show it off. Yeah, like, I don't know. Okay. I mean, it's cool. It's cool. As a game, I'm shocked that this is just now a concept. I'm not so sure about the gimmicks. Just not sure about the use of the. So, just as an aside, love Hades 1. I will definitely be playing Hades 2, but I don't. I'm going to be passing on the Switch for quite a while because there's only one game, and unless they have to put something in Mario Kart World that makes me go, I must have this right now. So yeah, Street Fighter 6 with amiibos.
Initiating
and that's cool, I guess. I don't know, there's some other stuff. And then from here on in, it's just like games that are already announced and other things and old ones. And Yakuza 0? Bro, like for real, this is what you have to show off.
We'll have more games to show from our publishing and development partners.
So
but for
frustrating.
now, we'd like to show a game being developed in collaboration with Nintendo. Please take a look.
Nothing. Hogwarts Legacy. That already came to the Switch late. Now it's coming to the Switch too. Okay, I guess. There we have a new Dynasty Warriors style Zelda game.
Then
cool.
that must
I guess.
mean this really
Zelda's
is
gonna
the
be the
past.
main character again. Cool. I guess. I played the first one. I didn't play the second one. It was a direct sequel to Breath of the Wild. I'll be honest, I haven't beat Breath of the Wild because it's so brutally boring to me. I didn't like it.
Across the Great Sea.
Yes.
The Legend of
and
Zelda,
we've been
The
asking
Wind
for the
Waker.
GameCube stuff, and they're like,
Transcending
yeah, but
history
it's gonna
and
be
the world.
Nintendo Switch
A tale of
2
souls and
only.
swords eternally retold.
And
In this
you're not gonna tell me
3D,
it's a hardware
weapons-based
thing
fighting
because I'm
game,
pretty sure they
each
could do
fighter
it on the
comes
Switch
equipped
1.
with a different
They
weapon.
just don't want
And
to.
Link from the
Now
Legend of
everybody
Zelda
wants it,
series
so it's gonna be a
enters the
Switch 2
fray.
thing.
Soul Calibur 2. White
But,
knuckle
I'll
racing
be
at
honest.
speeds over 2,000 kilometers per
this
hour.
would take up
30
a
machines
ton of my
will
time.
put it all
Once
on the
I do
line in
eventually get a Switch 2,
death-defying
which will
races.
probably be 2 years. into
Featuring the
life of it,
series
like
first,
the Switch 1.
machine customization and story mode.
Yeah, I just want
Get
another
ready to
F-Zero
experience
game. Like,
F-Zero
honestly,
GX.
Don't even remaster this.
In games that support
Don't
multiplayer,
remake
up to
it.
4 can play
Just
together
remake
locally
it, sure.
or
But
online.
I want another one of this
Enjoy
quality.
these
It was
classic
so good.
games.
Oh yes, Deltarune. This was actually probably the thing that I was like kind of excited for. To see that this game is no longer dead. Now it says episodes 3 and 4. I don't know if it's a complete game, but it's what they're putting on the Switch. It just says Deltarune episodes 1, 2, 3, and 4. So cool. Beyond that, it was just a lot of showing off stuff that's already out. And just like, look, this cool game is coming. Yeah, again, there's going to be a lot of cool games that you can play on the Switch. Well, this one looks good. I don't know what it is. This might be new. Shadow Labyrinth is going to be new, right? So there's a couple of smaller new games. But they're also going to be Switch 1, I think. So, yeah, looks good. Looks good. There's lots that looks good. Fortnite, yeah, looks good. There's Fortnite. So it's just like, I don't know. I just, there's nothing that makes me want to get the Switch 2. Nothing. Because the Pokemon game is going to be Switch 1. Mario Kart is at the end of the day, it's Mario Kart, right? You can add in new items, which will look like the whole Peach game thing where you can change hats and whatnot, look like a mechanic.
We've shown a lot of games so far.
And then
the next game will be
I
the
don't know, you
last
can
from our
drive off
publishing and
road,
development
and
partners.
there's probably gonna be jet skis
Please take a
and
look.
stuff now, and it's like, okay, but I'm not buying a Switch to wait around after playing that. And it's not like I have people that I'll play with. I don't have like, there's not gonna be multiple Switch. I don't have a community of people that play Switch. It's just me. So yeah, disappointed. I was hoping for more, and I don't like that everything has a price to it. Even you want to know how the stuff works in your Switch. Well, pay us a little bit of money, and you can download a game. It's like, no, I don't want that.
Oh, Will.